beautiful. You don't have to lie to me. It's not lying. What is it? It's looking at things another way.
This video contains important spoilers for Wicked, for Good, 2025. Click off the video if you don't want to be spoiled. You've been warned. So, school is over and summer break has now officially begun this week. You're going to be probably wondering and are going to be asking me in the comments after watching this, but tell us, didn't you already try to defend this line from its haters before, since many people who watched this movie and are new to the Wicked movie universe genuinely don't like the line, thinking that it was backhanded and Fiyero is calling Elphaba ugly when he tells her that it's looking at things another way, and people who watched the scenes between Elphaba and Fiyero in this movie, especially this scene in particular, who are Fiyero fans and shippers like me, since you are a Elphaba x Fiyero shipper yourself, are trying to defend Fiyero and his words in this scene to justify the fact that he's right? Well, you'll be right to ask me that, and you all thought that I was actually done defending this, right? Wrong, because I am still going to defend it, because the last time I tried defending this line, I wasn't able to be specific with what I'm trying to say, and I am trying my best to be complex and saying very complex facts about this line in the effort of trying to defend it and Fiyero in this, because the movie already did not win any awards at the Oscars back in March because of the negativity that it has unfairly gets surrounding it after its theatrical release, and I am one of the many people online who watched it and even watched it in theaters. Well, most of it, and who always have something extremely positive to say about this movie. And while I am so happy for K-pop Demon Hunters winning the awards for Best Animated Feature and for Best Original Song because of Golden at the Oscars, and even though Golden is one of my favorite songs from the soundtrack in general, and who am I kidding? This video is already literally going to be 3 to 5 hours long anyways while making this script for this important video essay, and since I am actually still trying to defend this scene even though it's one of my favorite scenes from the entire movie, and this line literally mirrors the entire purpose of Wicked in general, which invites people to look at the so-called Wicked Witch another way, which I already do, and Fiyero wasn't even calling Elphaba ugly here. Like, what are we even talking about? Like we watch different movies. Ugh, he's only trying to reframe the entirety of Oz's points of view about her being wicked and ugly, since she is a fugitive, and even Elphaba's own point of view about her beauty, inner beauty, not deserving love and not being worthy of being loved for who she truly is, even though she wanted actual closeness and to be loved, but her insecurities and everything she has been through got in the way of that, and this newfound intimacy is new for her to actually navigate on her own, and her nervousness and her own awkwardness here in this scene is so understandable and relatable to me. If you actually count the first movie, this is not the first time that we were shown her own vulnerability and yearning to be loved and accepted by one person who cares deeply for her and loves her as a person rather than despise her because she is green and wicked, and now it is finally actually happening to her, and Fiyero actually chose to be with Elphaba to protect her, and therefore she has now been chosen over Glinda, which led to this moment where she is unsure of what to do now that she has been chosen, and is, again, understandable, in disbelief that she has now been wanted for the first time, and that someone like Fiyero would ever choose to be with someone who is wicked and marginalized like her, which led to her also understandably being self-conscious and unsure of Fiyero's intentions after what just happened back in the Emerald City. And when he says this line, her first instinct is to not believe him and think that he's lying to her about her beauty, because of course she wouldn't believe him. Like, girl, are you that scared of being loved for who you truly are as a person? I swear to. Ugh. For the love of God, Elphaba. He is not even lying to you, for God's sake. Then he puts the poster down, walks towards her and drops to his knees to meet her where she is while she is in her lowest and most vulnerable, and tells this specific line to her as his own little way of saying to counter her doubts that no matter what everyone else thinks or says about her, she is and will always be beautiful to him, and both her green skin and everything else about her is a mark of her unique strength and the very thing that makes her striking, and that teaches her that she can acknowledge her greenness to be beautiful simultaneously, and it just depends on the way you choose to look, and the line, it's not lying. It's looking at things another way in this movie was made to bridge the gap between Elphaba's own self-perception and his own self-perception, and that's Fiyero's own choice to see her own humanity, inner beauty and character as the primary truth. It is a selfless act that validates her entire existence outside of her wickedness and teaches her that she has been measuring herself against a standard, especially Glinda's, that always was never meant for her, and by shifting the perspective, he is actually helping her see that she was never a mistake by nature but is someone who is deeply worthy of intimacy and devotion, especially his devotion, and that's the main message behind it. It was to reject the societal standards and others' perspective on you, no matter what they always say about you, and embrace truth and to embrace authenticity as it. That's what you feel and experience personally, and that was personally why I love this theme about and the very important concept of truth in this franchise and how it can be represented differently in this movie with the wizard and Fiyero. So with the wizard's truth and philosophy is backed up externally with manipulation where right and wrong are just labels, while Fiyero's truth is all being held together internally by empathy and love, where some things are worth dying for, and is found by integrity that was made to deconstruct the wicked label that thrusted upon poor Elphaba here. And that's why to me, they are both important and actually both work in opposite moral ends.